According to Grinberg, the synergic field connects our perception with universal energy, shaping what we experience as real. If that projection depends on the quality of your thoughts and emotions, what could you manifest if you aligned your conscious and subconscious mind with love and clarity? Today we are going to explore how that projection depends on the quality of your thoughts and emotions. Inner connection, nourished with respect and gratitude, can transform your energy field, and with it, your life. Let's now focus on your subconscious. Let's see it as your inner guide, your authentic self, that part of you that is always present but often ignored. It is like a bridge between what you are in the physical world and that larger universal energy of which we are all part. In some way, the subconscious speaks to us, but many of us live disconnected from that voice. We have become accustomed to not listening to it, or worse yet, to treating it as something that must be obeyed without question. We made statements without conviction. We issued orders and demands, hoping that our subconscious would give us what we wanted as if it were a simple servant. But what happens when we treat someone without respect? The same thing happens with our subconscious. Disconnection creates noise, resistance, and ultimately frustration. Learning to communicate with your subconscious not only changes your relationship with yourself, but also unlocks the power to manifest the life you truly desire. To do so, we first need to understand what that part of you really is, that inner ally that many times we have neglected. Your subconscious. It is not something separate from you. It is not an alien or mysterious force that operates outside of your control. It is an integral part of your being, as essential as your heart or your lungs. It is in fact the root of who you are and what that you experience in this life. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold finds a home in your subconscious, where it is planted like a seed over time. These seeds grow and blossom in the form of experiences, relationships, and circumstances that appear in your life. But here is the most fascinating: your subconscious does not argue with you, does not evaluate if your beliefs are positive or negative, if they suit you or not. It simply acts according to what you give it. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not enough, that you do not deserve success, then your subconscious will take charge of reflecting those beliefs in your reality. On the other hand, if you nourish it with thoughts of love, own gratitude, and worthiness, will begin to manifest experiences that align with that energy. The problem is that many of us do not know how to talk to our subconscious. We treat it harshly, as if it were an employee that we are pressuring to meet a deadline. But your subconscious does not respond to force. It responds to persuasion. I want you to think about this in a different way. Imagine that your subconscious is a faithful lover, someone who is always by your side, willing to help you, but who also needs to be treated with kindness and patience. How would you treat someone you love deeply, with sweet words, with gratitude, with time and attention? Right now, ask yourself, is this how you talk to yourself? Most of the time, we talk to our subconscious mind as if it were a rigid system that we must program. We repeat affirmations with an energy of desperation, as if we were begging, or worse yet, we don't even communicate with her, ignoring her until we want something. This pattern creates a disconnect between your conscious self and your subconscious self, which makes manifesting what you want become difficult, slow, and even impossible. The subconscious is incredibly powerful, but it is not a machine that responds to buttons. It is an extension of you, a part of your being that wants to work with you in harmony, not under pressure. When you learn to treat your subconscious as an ally, something begins to change. You stop. You feel like you are fighting against yourself, and you start to feel that everything flows more easily. Your subconscious is not only your ally, it is also the part of you that is most connected to that universal intelligence that guides everything in the universe. When you work in harmony with your subconscious, you are aligning with that natural flow of life, with that divine energy. But remember, This is not about manipulating or controlling it. It's about a relationship based on respect and mutual love. That is why the first step to truly connect with your subconscious is to change the way in which you relate to it. Is not an obstacle to overcome or a tool that you must learn to use. It is a living and dynamic part of yourself. A companion on this journey of creation. When you change the way you talk to yourself, when you let go of the you demand and approach with compassion, you begin to open doors that previously seemed closed. Let's delve a little deeper into you, as within all of us lives a universe of opposite energies that, although they seem contrary, are destined to complement each other. These energies have been interpreted over time in different ways, but today we will approach them as the feminine and the masculine. It has nothing to do with gender or physical characteristics. They are internal forces that coexist within you, configuring how you think, feel, and create. At some point when we address the Hermetic teachings, we will talk about this in depth, but for now, keep that in mind. It has nothing to do with gender. The divine feminine represents that part of your mind that is intuitive, creative, and emotional. It is the voice of your heart, that wisdom that does not need words to be understood. It lives in intuition, in the connection with the invisible, and manifests itself in the moments when you simply know. Something, even if you cannot explain it with logic, is the energy that reminds us that we are part of a whole, that we are intrinsically connected with life and with others. On the other hand, the divine masculine lives in order, logic, and structure. It is the voice of the reason that organizes, plans, and analyzes, is the engine that drives us to act, to make decisions, to shape our ideas, to bring them into the physical world, is that part of us that makes sure our dreams and visions have a clear path to materialize. Both energies are necessary and are meant to work in harmony. However, the world we live in often pushes us to favor one over the other. We lean towards logic, analysis, constant action, while leaving aside intuition, creativity, and emotional connection. When this happens, the internal balance is broken, and this lack of harmony affects not only the way we live, but also our ability to manifest what we desire. Imagine for a moment that these 12 energies are dancers on a stage. For the dance to be beautiful and fluid, both must move together, listen to each other, and respond to the other. If one dominates the other, the dance becomes disordered. It loses its rhythm and its grace. The same thing happens within you when the divine masculine takes control without listening to the feminine. The manifestation becomes a rigid act based on effort and struggle. But when the feminine leads without the structure of the masculine, our ideas and desires can be left hanging without finding a way to be realized. In reality, true magic occurs when these two energies work in unity. The feminine provides the vision, the inspiration, the pure desire, and the masculine does not give it form. It creates a plan and carries it out. It is in this union where you find your greatest creative power, where your mind, your conscious and subconscious, align to bring your dreams to life. But to achieve that harmony, we must first recognize and honor both parts within ourselves. This is where the heart comes in, that organ that not only pumps blood, but also generates an energetic field that interacts directly with the universe. This field is like a bridge between our inner and outer world. It is a constant stream of energy that emanates from us, influenced by our thoughts and emotions. Science has discovered that the electromagnetic field of the heart is much stronger than that of the brain. This means that our emotions, more than our thoughts, have a profound impact on what we attract and manifest in our lives when we think about something we want. But we feel fear or lack that signal we send to the universe is confusing, incoherent. That is why the key is not alone in a positive way or repeating affirmations over and over again. What is truly transformative is aligning what you think with what you feel. If you want abundance, but in your heart you feel scarcity, the field that you emit will reflect that inconsistency. But if you manage to feel at peace and in gratitude for what you want, as if it were already a reality, the universe will respond in the same way. It is the way the universe works. Connection between mind and heart, between our interior and the outside world. When we align our emotions and thoughts, we create a clear, coherent signal that the universe understands and reflects back in the form of experiences and opportunities. Think of it this way. The heart is the artist that gives color and emotion to your desires, while the mind is the architect that structures and defines them without the heart. Your thoughts are flat. They lack life without the mind. Your emotions overflow without direction. But together, they create a masterpiece, a reality, in which your dreams take shape. This is where many find the challenge. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to disconnect from our emotions, to live in a state of worry, anxiety, or fear. And these feelings, although natural, can become chronic patterns that send chaotic signals to the universe. To reverse this, we need cultivate elevated emotions such as gratitude, love, and joy. Not only as a reaction to what happens in our life, but as an intentional practice. When you fill your heart with these emotions, the field you generate becomes strong and coherent. It is as if you were tuning an instrument, adjusting each note so that the music you emit is pure and harmonious. That music is what the universe listen and respond. Manifestation is not just a mental process. It is an act of synchronization between what you think and what you feel. It is allowing your heart and mind to work together as the divine feminine and masculine, like the dancers on that stage, creating a dance that reflects your true essence. Then, here is the question: are your thoughts and emotions in tune, or are you sending mixed signals to the universe? This is the time to look inside yourself to recognize those parts that you may have ignored or repressed, and to begin to create that coherence that transforms not only your energy, but your entire life. When you understand this balance, when you learn to work with the heart as the center of your energy, and with the mind as its guide, something extraordinary happens. Things stop feeling like a struggle, and things start to flow. Opportunities that seemed impossible appear in unexpected ways, and it's not because the universe changes, it's because you change. Because what your energy aligns with the reality you have always desired, to build a deep and loving relationship with your subconscious, it is essential to adopt practices that not only connect you with that inner voice, but also help you cultivate the confidence, peace, and clarity necessary to make that relationship flourish. Remember that you are creating a bond, an alliance based on mutual respect in which you commit to speaking to yourself with the same tenderness with which you would speak to someone you love deeply. Imagine for a moment that you decide to have a genuine conversation with that part of you that always listens, that never judges you, and that is constantly working to manifest what you give it. You cannot approach it with demands or with a tone of desperation. You must do it calmly, like someone who sits in front of a close friend to share your deepest longings. The first step is to find a moment of stillness, a space where you can disconnect from the distractions of the outside world and focus your attention on your inner world. Sit or lie down in a place where you feel comfortable and safe. Close your eyes and take a deep breath, feeling the air fill your lungs, and then release with. Do this several times, allowing each exhalation to relax your body and clear your mind as you breathe. Begin to visualize your subconscious as a kind and receptive presence, ready to listen to you. It can be a figure, a voice, or simply a feeling. It doesn't matter how you imagine it. The important thing is that you approach with openness and sincerity. Speak to this part of yourself as if you were talking to a loved one. Tell him what you want, not as an order, but as a shared dream. I experience love in my life. I enjoy all the good things in the world. I am happy. Do not forget that you should feel your wishes already fulfilled as you speak. Allow your words to flow from a place of gratitude, as if you had already received what you long for. Feel that gratitude expand in your heart, enveloping you like a warm light When you are thankful, you are sending a signal in advance to the universe that you trust in the process, that you believe in the connection between your desires and your ability to manifest them once and forget. It is an ongoing practice, a way to strengthen your relationship with yourself. It is like watering a plant every day that you dedicate to. By speaking to yourself with love and gratitude, you are feeding the roots of that connection. In addition to this practice, it is important to pay attention to the internal conversations you have throughout the day. Many times, without realizing it, we fall into negative thought patterns that send contradictory signals to our subconscious. Sometimes you say, "I am successful," but deep down, you are repeating, "I will never achieve it." These internal narratives, they create a conflict, a disconnect between what you want and what you truly believe you deserve. To change this pattern, start being aware of those conversations. When you notice a negative thought, don't judge or try to suppress it. Instead, acknowledge its presence and choose to replace it with a loving affirmation. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I can't do it," change that thought to, "I'm learning." This change doesn't happen overnight, but with practice, you will begin to notice how your thoughts become kinder and more encouraging. When you do this, something magical happens. You begin to feel more connected, not only to yourself, but to life in general. The signs from the universe become clearer, opportunities appear in unexpected ways, and you discover that you have the capacity of create a reality that reflects your deepest desires. But it all starts here in you, in the relationship that you decide to build with your subconscious. I want you to think of this as a journey, not as a destination. Every day is a new opportunity to strengthen this connection, to speak to you with love, and to tune your thoughts and emotions with what you want. There is no rush, there is no perfection to achieve. There is only the present, this moment, and the decision to start now. So I invite you to make a commitment to yourself. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and say, "I am ready to treat myself with love and respect." And that's it, just that. Treat yourself with love and respect. The path to a full and conscious life is not to control everything that happens around you, but to learn to relate to yourself in a way that nourishes and elevates your spirit. When you do, you will discover that the connection with your subconscious is actually the connection with your truest self, and that by honoring that connection, the entire universe begins to honor you back. I end with this question. How do you treat yourself in your day-to-day life? Reflect. About that, as always, receive a big hug on behalf of the entire team. Know, it goes without saying that it is an honor to have your company. May all the good things in the world come to you, because you deserve it. See you soon. Stay awake.